Good afternoon and welcome to Fast Horses Today. Today is Friday. It is March 28th. It's the start of the race week over at Santa Anita, and they have a big Pick 6 carryover pool happening today, a $72,000 Pick 6. So, you can expect probably some pretty big money coming in, having been several days off between races over there at Santa Anita. So I would imagine there would be a nice Pick 6 pool bet in there. So, I studied it pretty good today, long, and, I couldn't figure out a Pick 6 ticket that was manageable. So I'm not going to play a Pick 6 ticket, but I am going to play a late Pick 5 ticket because, as we know, in these big Pick 6 carryover days, the other pools end up being large as well because, people don't do well in the early part. They start putting more money into the late pools there. So I would imagine the Pick 5 pool will be a nice pool today, given it is a Pick 6 carryover. So the late Pick 5 does start in the fifth race today, has approximate post time of 3:06 there Pacific time, so about 5 o'clock here Central Time Zone. And let's get started there in the Pick 5. I'm going to single a horse here in this race. This is a $50,000 claiming race, maiden claimer for 6 furlongs on the flat grass. And, there's a lot of horses here that have been running with better, running in special weights, not getting it done for one reason or another. And, connections just getting real, trying to win a race. And, there's a couple horses here I know on the morning line that'll probably share favoritism. I'm going to eliminate one of them and just go with the other. So I'm going to go with the one horse who is Gervin Gal for Tim Yakteen. Antonio Frace, who takes the call. Now, this horse has been running with the special weights, over the last couple campaigns here. And, she's run some nice races, shown some ability, but just can't get it done with that level. So, they're dropping her in for 50. This is the first time she's in for a tag. Her last two races, she ran over this flat grass course, running 6.5 and then also running 6. And I thought she ran nice races. Just wasn't going to be in the same league as a horse like Quick Brown Fox or Nafisa or Defiance, and also running with Nafisa a second time. So this dip in class here to 50, I do think will make her a lot faster. So I like Gervin Gal. I'm going to single her to start off the Pick 5. She's 2-1 today. As I mentioned, Freysu takes the call, so I'll put her in. I'm going to go against the other short price horse in the program, which is Cypress Moon for George Papapadromo. This horse, similar, been running with the special weights. She hasn't been able to get it done, but, I don't know why they haven't tried claiming sooner than this. This horse doesn't seem to like to finish races, so not exactly sure what's going on there. She's 9-5, has Mike Smith on the horse, but I'm going to single the one horse Gervin Gal and try to move on from there. All right, now let's go over to the sixth race of the day. Sixth race is a Northern California style race. It's a maiden 8,000 claimer, and these are 3-year-olds and up running a mile on the dirt. And it looks like we might have a short price favorite here. The morning line being on the one horse at 8-5, Empress Lorraine for Steve Sherman, and Ayuso takes the call. I'm going to throw this horse out completely. I don't like her today. I don't know that she'll. This is just a very slow bunch here, and I just don't feel like there's a horse that's worthy of 8-5 listing here in the morning line. So I'm going to throw her out. I'm going to put 3 horses in. I'm going to put the 2 horses, Union Heiress, Bill McLean, Billy Anton Georgie. So Billy the Kid on this horse. Anton Georgie has been riding this horse several times, in her last several many starts. And McLean has trained better lately. I know his record looks a little light, but he did get a win last week. I think he got beat on the wire. I think McLean is figuring out, a little bit better way of spotting his horses. This horse is definitely run with better. And, this dip into 8,000 really should make her a lot faster. The mile distance shouldn't be a problem. This horse is 2-1, so I think she'll be tough today. I'm also going to put the 4 horse, who is Silver Flirt. Now, Silver Flirt, she's been a career maiden herself, being 0 for 22. But, she's been running at this 8,000 level, so it's not like it's a panic drop, but just a matter of maybe getting a trip and maybe being better than a few of these, getting it done. Eric Garcia takes the call for D. Wayne Baker. Baker's had some horses run well for him in these Northern California style races there at Santa Anita. So, could be live here at 5-1. We'll put Silver Flirt in. And then a long shot pick I'm going to put in is the 6 horse was Our Love and Feelin', Sergio Ledesma, and Kevin Orozco. Now, Orozco's ridden certainly very well in these kind of races and has won his share. And I think this horse does have a shot. This horse has been sprinting, and, this will be her first time running around 2 turns, which, breeding says she could. And, this horse might just go get the lead and see if she's good enough to beat this field, which could very well happen. I mean, this is going to be a very slow race, running a mile. I mean, we're going to see a real jog home, I think. So just a matter of a jock, getting the horse in the right spot, and giving the horse a good ride, not making the horse do too much, and we'll see who ends up coming out of this. But we've got the 2, 4, and 6 here in the 6th race for the pick 5. Let's move over to the next race of the day. This is the 7th race, and I felt like this was really the toughest race of them all today. This is a 1.25 miles on the grass, which is always nice to see them run these long grass races. This is a first level allowance, and they come down the hill a little bit. Like halfway down the hill, they go around the Santa Anita Oval, and ends up being a 1.25 mile race. So it's always nice. But I've got 5 horses I'm going to put in this race. I feel like one of these horses should get it done. Maybe some decent price comes through here to help make this pick 5 pay. I'm going to put the 1 who is El Rey Rey for Hector Palma and Tiago Pereira. Now this horse is coming in pretty sharp, having won his last 2 races. Been in starter level races, but Hector Palma saw fit to claim this horse off of Mullins for $50,000, which usually claiming off of Mullins is not a good move, but Palma certainly made it work. He claimed off of Mullins for $50, ended up winning his next race. So Palma's been doing pretty well in this meet. A lot of his horses have been live, so we'll put El Rey Rey in at 9-2. Also going to put in the 2 horse who is Nitty for Leonard Powell, Juan Hernandez here on the call. So this horse has had 2 starts this year. Has a win, broke his maiden in maiden special weight, and ended up running in a first level allowance here. Kind of had a little bit of trouble. A lot of horses come out of the same race, the race won by Phosphorescence. That was a big field, kind of several horses on the wire there. A lot of horses come out of this race. I feel like it just, makes this race, very similar to that, where, just might be a matter of who gets a good trip, good ride, to get that horse to the winner's circle. So I will put the 2 horse in Nitty, and that's 8-1 in the program. I'm going to put the 4 horse, who is Blame the Good Times for Richard Baltus, and Abel Lascano takes the call. Now, this horse also comes out of the Phosphorescence race. This horse has had 2 starts this year, and Lascano was on the horse both times, and I thought this horse has run with a lot of energy both times. So, maybe this horse is crying out for a little more ground. I don't know. Seemed to have been right there, near the finish there with Phosphorescence and some of these others. So this horse does have a shot here at 6-1. We'll put Blame the Good Times. I'm also going to put the 5 horses Maltese Falcon for Leonard Powell. Powell's got a couple of them in here. Now, it looks to me like he's just trying to figure out a level here where Maltese Falcon could win. This horse is a stakes winner, is also a winner at the 1.25 mile distance at Santa Anita. So that one time this horse had a pretty nice record. It's been kind of just even race after even race, and even, maybe less than even race, running in the 2nd level allowance races. And, so seems like the connections are getting realistic. He's putting this horse in for a $50,000 claim, so that's why this horse qualified to run in this race. So we'll see if the dip in class makes this horse faster. Hector Barrios on the horse. Barrios has ridden this horse before for a win, so he certainly knows him, and he's 9-2. So we'll put Maltese Falcon in here. Then finally put the 6 horse. 6 horse being Colinga Road for Carla Gaines, Antonio Fresu. This horse also coming out of that Phosphorescence race. This horse was the favorite in that race, so we'll give this horse another shot. This horse has had a couple starts this year, just running some okay races. Fresu takes the call at 5-1. Carla Gaines been doing well lately. She's been winning some races, and if I'm not mistaken, I think it was her long shot that probably propelled the pick 6 carryover today. She had a long shot win on Sunday, so we'll put Colinga Road in here as well. So we got the 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. All right, now let's go to the next race of the day. Next race being the 8th race. This is a 2nd level allowance race at 1 mile on the dirt, and I found this race very interesting as well. You've got several sprinters in this race going long. You've got a mare. Michael McCarthy put a mare in this race, and you've got a horse who has run in this condition, and then, it's just got some big purchase prices that just didn't live up to their purchase price. And, just an interesting race here. So I'm going to put 4 horses in this race. And this is really just kind of a survive and advance type of deal. I'm going to put the 4, who is the mare. Michael McCarthy puts Princess of Time in this race. Now, last we saw her, it's been, over a year, just over a year layoff for her. She had a nice campaign last year at Santa Anita, winning 2 races in a row, both in sprints. She, in looking at her film, she's a big race mare, and I think she should be fine to compete with the boys here. She was a big purchase price, $170,000 by Not This Time, and we've seen a lot of Not This Times really doing well and getting some big purchase prices at auction. So she's 2 for 3 in her lifetime. Apparently something went amiss. We haven't seen her in about a year after a 2-race win streak. My guess is McCarthy can't find a second-level allowance race for fillies and mares to fill. So he had to put her in here. And, I think she fits. I do, I'm not a big fan of Cowboy Mike, who's probably the favorite. I'm going to put Cowboy Mike in here, really out of default, because I just don't know, about this horse. I feel like he's been fortunate catching some easy fields and, getting some of his wins. But so I will put Princess of Time. That's the 4 horse. I'm going to put Cowboy Mike, who is the 5 for Bob Baffert. As I mentioned, I'm not a big fan of this horse. They're putting this horse in for a 100,000 claim. That's why he's able to run here. He's 2 to 1. It's just a matter of, I don't want to catch, have a live ticket, maybe with a couple prices, and Cowboy Mike beats me. So I'll put Cowboy Mike in here, even though I'm not a big fan of his. I'm going to put the 6 horse, who's barely functional. Antonio Garcia, trainer. Mario Gutierrez, the jock. Now, Garcia's been doing really well lately. And, I've been wondering about Garcia, because I know he's a good trainer. He did an interview over on FanDuel TV a couple weeks back. He mentioned that some of his horses were sick in his barn. So, that might have been a spread there that happened and, kind of wiped out some of his horses. But he's been doing well lately. So I know Antonio Garcia could train. This horse is 15 to 1 in the program. I do think he's live. Mario Gutierrez on the horse. Now, you probably read as well as I did, Gutierrez is leaving California. He's going to Kentucky. He's had a tough winter there. His house was burned down in the big fires there in Southern California. So he was apparently in Altadena, and his house ended up burning down. So, big change of life for him. So maybe they'll send him off with a win. Who knows? We'll put barely functional in here at 15 to 1, because I do feel like this race is open. And then finally, I'm going to put the 7, who is American Admiral. American Admiral for Tim Yakteen. I'm going to give this horse another shot here. I played this horse a couple times. This is, probably one of the best looking horses you'll see in the flesh. And that's probably why this horse went for $1.3 million at auction. But you know what? Let's go to the present day. He's 7 years old. He's a gelding now. He's running for 100,000, on the claim here. And that's why he's qualified here, because they're putting him in for the claim. I don't see that as a panic drop. It's the kind of thing you want to pay 6 figures for American Admiral, come on and get him. But, this horse shows at times. He shows ability. He does have ability. Just probably needs a bit of a setup, which could happen. You've got some sprinters running long. Maybe they cook it up a little early and can't finish up this mile. A guy like Kimura, I feel, fits this horse very well, because Kimura is a very strong finisher. American Admiral's 4 to 1 in the program, and I do feel like he's got a good shot in this race. So I've got the 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, now let's move over to the last race of the day. Last race being the 9th. This is a California bred, made in special weight, mile on the grass, and these are fillies, 3-year-olds and up. And I've got 2 horses in here that I feel, these are strong horses here. I think one of these 2 will get it done, and hopefully cap off a winning pick 5 ticket. So I'm going to put the 6 horse, who is Danzig Till Dawn for Michael McCarthy. Tiago Pereira takes the call. Now this horse, I like the jock change. Ricardo Gonzalez had this horse the last couple of times. Rode the horse fine, but McCarthy saw fit to change the jock over to Pereira. I think it's going to be a positive jock switch. This horse has run well the last 2 times at this level, at a mile on the grass. Today might be graduation day, coming off those 2 races. She'd ran well. And I just think maybe the jock switch to Pereira could be a factor here at 5 to 2. So I'm going to put Danzig Till Dawn. And then I'm going to put the 7 horse, who is Smiling Forever for Tim Yakteen. Now it seems to me Yakteen's got some live ones today. This horse is 5 to 1 in the program. Antonio Fresu takes the call. Now I did play this horse last time. I remember this. This horse ended up running. This is going to be the first time around 2 turns for this horse. But the breeding says the horse should be fine out of a Candy Ride Mare by Smiling Tiger. I think that, distance shouldn't be a problem here. This horse is 5 to 1. Fresu takes the call. This will be her second start off a layoff. And, Yakteen does very well in this kind of category with second starts off the layoff. I think the last race was probably just, tune up to get this horse over the track, having come off about a 13-month layoff. This horse originally had 2 starts on the flat grass course, running sprints with Jeremy Laprida on the horse last year. And, as we talked about, Laprida had a tough time winning races. So whenever, you'd see Laprida off a horse, the horse seems to move up. Fresu had the call last time. I thought he just ran a nice even race, probably a tune-up for this race here. So I do like the 7, who's smiling forever. So I'm going to put the 6 and a 7 for pick 5 purposes. All right, now let's recap the day and recap the tickets. Okay, so today for Friday, today's a pick 6 carryover day, but I'm not going to play the pick 6. I do have a late pick 5 ticket, which does start in the 5th race. In the 5th race, we're going to start out the pick 5 with a single of the 1, with the 2, 4, 6, with the 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, with the 4, 5, 6, and 7, with the 6 and 7. And today, that pick 5 ticket is a $60 ticket. I feel like it's a good price, and I think it could pay something if a couple of these favorites gets beat. So, as always, if you see fit, play as is. If you want to add or subtract, you can do that. If you want to play the pick 3s within it, play the pick 4 within it, or even that late pick 3, which is always an outstanding play. Whatever you decide to do, I wish you the best of luck today. Let's wish the folks over at Santa Anita a very safe day of racing. And let's wish ourselves some good luck and good trips and try to get this done here on Friday in this late pick 5. So good luck to you if you are playing the pick 6. I'm wishing you the best there. Should be a nice pool. As always, thank you so much for watching Fast Horses today. If you can do me a favor, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything to do so. Just puts you on the feed when new content gets created. It gets served up to you. And thank you so much if you've already hit the subscribe button. I do appreciate that. You can like, dislike, make comments. I promise to respond to everything. Let's have a great day today at Santa Anita and get this pick 5 started and get this week started at the great race plays. We'll see you back tomorrow. Thank you.